Three areas where I work and nobody else does are, number one, telling the truth about our defense and what he's done to our defense system. He's just disarmed America and put us in a position where someone like Putin can go and do anything he wants to do, and everyone's, he knows what our weaknesses are, so he doesn't have a choice. The second thing that I'm involved in is his war on fossil fuels. We could be completely independent from any other country. All we have to have is to open up our public lands like every other country in the world does, and we would be completely independent. And I can document it. The third thing is the overregulation of the EPA. If you talk to Tom Buchanan, he's president of the Oklahoma Farm Bureau. He'll tell you of all the problems that face the farmers. There's nothing in the Farm Bill that's near as important as the overregulation by the EPA. The EPA telling them endangered species where they can plow their fields, where they can't, how they contain their diesel fuel on their farms, water runoff. I was out in Guyman and Boise City yesterday, and it didn't get more arid than that. But according to their standards, that can be a wetland. And so you don't want the federal government using around out there. And those are the areas that, and the reason I get involved in that, those are my two committees. I'm the ranking member on the Armed Services Committee. And then Republicans will take over, by the way, the Senate. If you don't believe that, read this morning's, even the New York Times, and they don't like Republicans. And yet they say it's going to happen. And they list all the races and all that. And it's going to be a bigger margin than they are saying it's going to be. But it's going to happen. And when that happens, I will be chairman of the committee called Environment and Public Works. So that's not just all the roads and highways, which we're working on the highway bill and all that, but also all these regulations that come from the Environmental Protection Agency. And since we're filming, I want to say something that's really complicated. You have to go back and review it several times to pick up on it, because it's a technical statement that very few people understand. People tell me, we have all these regulations that we're he's trying to do global warming by regulations. Huge tax increase to American people that doesn't accomplish anything. All these regulations, once we get our majority, there's a thing called the CRA, Congressional Review Act. And this is significant because a lot of the liberals will say, well, don't blame me. This is the administration did this, and this is what the bureaucracy is doing. This is not legislation. But there is something where they can stop what they are doing, and it's called the CRA, Congressional Review Act. All you have to do is get 30 senators, and I already have them, and then you file a CRA, and then by a simple majority, 51, you kill the regulation. Once it's finalized, you kill it on sight. Now, they'll say, and they've said to me, Inhofe, you're right, we're going to have a majority, but not a veto-proof majority, because the president will come along and veto it. Well, here's the deal on that. The Democrats who are going to lose in this November, they're going to cause us, the Republicans, to have the majority, and it's going to happen. The ones coming up 2 years later, the Democrats are going to say, why should I be supporting this president? They're going to try to distance themselves from it because he's the reason they're a minority. Exactly. And they're going to be looking for right opportunities. And I'm very excited about that. So I think we're going to be able to pull that off. Hey, thanks so much. Really appreciate it.